Hey guys, Phil Sturm here. Today I'm going to do a camera bag review, show you what kind of gear I carry, why I lug so much stuff into the field. So if you guys ever see me out there, what's in that bag, this video is going to give you an idea what that is and why I carry that stuff. So stay tuned. Hey guys, first I want to let you know that I'm not sponsored by anything or anyone. Everything I've got in my camera bag, all the gear I use, I paid from my own money. I did my own research and shopping, and when I get to it, I'll let you know if I really like it. There might be a few things that I don't like as much, but I will keep you posted on that as we go through this video. I think the first thing that is really important to talk about is my tripod. It's a RC 5570, I believe. It goes to 70 inches, so it's quite tall. I've got a BH55 ball head on here. I also have the rotating cup here so I can level this tripod. I can shoot panos with this tripod. I shoot a lot of time-lapse with the tripod, and it's really sturdy. It's a bit heavy, but it's really sturdy, and I think it's really important to have a super sturdy tripod when you're out shooting, especially time-lapse, and I love shooting in the storms, so when it's super windy, if your camera's shaking, the time-lapse isn't very good. So robust tripod, that's my main tripod. My second tripod is this FLM CP30. On it I have the BH40 ball head. This is more of a tripod I would use when I'm traveling a little bit lighter, but I typically carry both these tripods when I'm coming out to an area to shoot time-lapse or video or anything else. So this is kind of the setup I take. It never fails. I'll go somewhere, I'll set up on a tripod, and I'll see something cool, and I'll wish I had my other tripod, right? So I could set up another time-lapse or another focal length. So that's the reason I take two. These tripods typically live in my car, so they're always with me whenever I go anywhere. And then, you know, when I get where I'm going, I'll decide whether I take one or two, but a lot of times I'll take both. So my camera bag is the Shimoda Explore V2 in black. This is the 35-liter version. I have the large mirrorless core unit inside, as I carry two camera bodies with me and several lenses. Super comfortable bag. I really love it. I'm not doing a camera bag review, but I do love this bag. You can look at other videos on YouTube, see what people go through them. I'm just going to show you kind of the gear I'm carrying. But yeah, I love the backpack. My camera gear lives in it, so I can just grab and go. Typically, I like to be able to grab and go if the weather's good or the light's nice, and my stuff just stays in here all the time. All right, guys. And here we have Z8, Z6 II. These are my two camera bodies that I carry with me. This one has the 14-30 wide angle lens on it right here. And the Z8 has the 24-120 lens on it. These are both f4 lenses. I love my Z8. I love these Z lenses. They work great. These are my primary landscape lenses. I've got the Nikon 100-400. This is what doubles for my wildlife lens. I'm able to use it in crop mode to get to almost 600. But I love the 100-400 lens. I shoot it all the time. I've got in here the Viltrox 16 millimeter. I think it's 1.8, yeah. So this is the new Viltrox 16 millimeter 1.8. I bought this to use for shooting night time lapses. I've shot some aurora out here. I also have the 24 millimeter Viltrox 1.8. It's not in the bag right now, but that's another one that I'll carry with me if I'm going to especially go and do some aurora shooting or landscape at night. I'll get something with a little bit wider open apertures. These two Viltrox lenses are the only lenses I have that are wider open, more, faster than f4. So that's what I have for that. And these guys fit in here pretty well. I typically keep these in here with these types of lenses all the time. I carry extra batteries for the Nikon cameras, right? Little battery pouch, JJC's, nice. These are my remote shutter releases. Now I have these two wired pixel shutter releases, one for each camera. Unfortunately, they both use a different fitting to trigger the camera, but I like having a wireless shutter if I'm shooting some of the wave action, things like that. The wired ones are great. I have a remote one that kind of lives in a different bag. I don't carry it very often, but I do like to have these, and I just keep them in this little bag. All right, this is my flashlight. This is my LR Pro Timer 3, LR time-lapse timer. This is the primary intervalometer I use when I'm shooting time-lapse, especially if I want to shoot a day to night time-lapse, and I want to be able to still adjust some of my camera settings. I can actually run both my cameras off this same timer if I'm using the same interval, and often I can just plug and unplug and then move a camera or change a focal length and plug it right back in and get the same type of time-lapse. So very cool. I really like this little timer. It's pretty small. And I got a couple different cables, just like the remote shutter releases. It takes a couple different cables on each of my different cameras. But I love my Pro timer. So I use the Case magnetic filters. This is the new Revolution set of filters. I use a polarizer, ND filters. This one actually has the UV filter and the night filter. This is an 82 millimeter filter kit. So it fits my wide angle lens, and then I use step rings to put it on some of the other lenses that I have. I actually have a step ring mounted permanently on my 100-400, a 77-82, and it actually fits inside the hood, so that's wonderful. I leave it that way. I do have another set of these filters, an older set of the Case Wolverines, and those are 77 millimeters, so I'll be able to, I swap those here and there, but I try to use the newer, better filters. The magnets on these are a little better than my old Wolverines. But yeah, I love my Case filters. I don't know how anybody can shoot landscapes without a circular polarizer. And if you're certainly shooting long exposure, you want those ND filters, and with video as well. So I love my Case filters. And I don't know, anybody's camera bag would be complete without one of the rocket blowers. This is the Giotto rocket blower. It's the big one. I've got rocket blowers here, there, and everywhere. I'll use this between intervals on a time lapse to blow the water or dirt or dust off a lens. I love having the rocket blower. I don't know how you can survive without one of these. So as you can see, everything fits in here nicely. Got my little card wallet. This is, I think it's a JJC. Keeps my extra cards in it. Yeah. I've got some SanDisk cards in here. I've got pro grade cards in the cameras. Those are my main cards. The SanDisk ones seem to run a little bit hotter. They certainly feel hot when I put them in my card reader, so I tend to use the pro grade cards most, and I love them. I got a big one, the 325 in the Z8, so plenty of room. So guys, I keep some microfiber cloths in my laptop portion here. I don't use them that often. I don't really need it that often, but I like to have some microfiber cloths. I do keep some of the Nikon cloths underneath the cameras. I can wipe off the camera, cover something up if I need to. Let me show you what else is in this bag. Now, believe it or not, in this camera bag, I have a pair of gloves that live in here. They just live in here. They stay here. I don't put them anywhere else. Got a hat, knit hat with a windshield in it. I've got a really light parachute-like wind jacket that lives in here. And I've got one of those little collars, keeps the wind off my neck. That lives in here. And I've got some hand warmers. And those things, they just stay in the camera bag. They don't take up much space. I keep that stuff in here. You never know. You're out there on location. Every time I'm out here by the lake and it gets colder, I can put my gloves on, throw on the knit hat instead of the baseball cap, and I'm always prepared if it gets a little chilly. You always want to be prepared to be able to stay out here and photograph stuff. Now in the outside pocket, this is pretty much the rain cover for the Shimoda bag. That's about the only thing I have in there actually. I've got some of the tripod spikes, so my spikes live in there. And the rain cover just stays in that bag. It's always there if I need it. If it's rainy or if the beach sand is nasty or if there's muddy or something, I'll put the cover on to protect the bag, but you can see my bag's pretty dirty. All right. One thing I like about the Shimoda bag, it's got plenty of pockets. So I've got a Peak Design strap that I use for when I'm just walking around with the camera around my neck. Up here in this top pocket is where I keep my headlamp. That headlamp's always in here. It lives in the bag, doesn't go anywhere else, and it's always in this top pocket. Just a little lens cleaning kit, but that doesn't come out very often, but it's there if I need it. Pretty much the headlamp and the strap live here. In this other pocket, a few more items. Got my Ulanzi RGB light. Use this for night photography, for lighting up the foreground, things like that. It stays in a little case, it's rechargeable. I've got a battery pack, so if I need to run a camera for a longer period of time, I can run it. And I have this is the little lens heater, Kiwi Photo. And it's just wraps around the lenses, so in the evenings when it gets cold, I can keep the lenses warm so they don't fog up when I'm trying to shoot a time lapse or anything else. That stuff stays in this camera bag all the time. I never take it out. It's always in there. The only other few things I have, lens step rings, keep my covers, my camera lens cap and my camera cap. Got a few extra batteries, got my Apple AirTag, and I have a couple of cables that I use for my shutter for my time lapse. So if I need an extra cable, if something happens to one of my time lapse cables, I'll have it with me. Now this camera does have another outside pocket. I've just got some lens wipes in it, things like that. A little first aid kit. Just a couple little things in that pocket. They just live in the camera bag all the time. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoyed my little walkthrough. The reason I carry the two cameras is because I have a terrible fear of missing out. I don't want to miss anything. I like having enough focal lengths, enough camera bodies to capture images, 2 tripods. Seems like anytime I'm out, I always wish I had one more thing. So I tend to not leave it home. I try to have it even if I don't need it, kind of thing. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. It's gorgeous out here, that's for sure. Nice blue sky, clouds are moving, time lapse is rolling. Let's see what we get. There's a guy throwing a little pontoon buoy out in the water right in front of my time lapse with the first dog to catch. So that pops up in my frame when I'm shooting. It's crazy. Rule 1, time lapse shooting. Get to the front. Don't leave any room in front of you. People will walk into it. Always. Always. Have a great day, guys.